In this video, I'll be going over how we did the first couple cutouts and reinforcing those cutouts on the 5th container, which is this one right here. So if you want to see our process, keep watching and see the 5th container go from this to this. A few years ago, we decided to quit the rat race and venture down a completely unfamiliar path in life. We sold almost all of our possessions, renovated a camper van, and toured the US looking for a piece of land to start our journey. After almost 2 years, we found our piece of paradise in the Pacific Northwest, and Pacific Pines Ranch was born. Follow along as we chase our dreams to build an off-grid shipping container home, and to see our projects and adventures along the way. As we like to say on the ranch, the joy is in the journey. First step was to mark where we will be cutting out panels for this opening and then make a few reference cuts. Since we marked where the cutouts will be on the interior of the container, these reference cuts help with doing the vertical cuts on the exterior so we know where to start the cuts. So I thought, what better time to practice using the plasma cutter. Since the panels are pretty heavy and awkward to move, we always cut out about 4-foot sections so that way it's easier to move them around the building site. So the cuts I was making with the plasma cutter didn't have to be very precise, which is why I thought it was a perfect time to practice. While I was doing that, Viant was using the 7-inch angle grinder to do the cutouts from the interior, since the angle grinder tends to be more precise than the plasma cutter, especially since I'm a beginner. How do you like my ladder chair? Very comfy and also very practical. Okay, back to work. First cutout on the 5th container requires a short dance party to celebrate. Since the angle grinder is round and the plasma cutter lights the floor on fire when we get to this point, the reciprocating saw is usually what we use to cut the corner of the panels. We use the angle grinder to cut the bottom of the panels as flush as possible with the bottom C-channel of the container. Okay, so we just took a little lunch break and now we're gonna get back to it. Now what we're doing is we have most of this cutout done, but we need the opening to be pretty precise because the door will go in, and if it's off by any amount, we have about, I think, a half an inch total, so a 1/4 inch on each side for a little bit of play. But yeah, we don't want it to not fit because that would suck. So anyways, what we usually do is we weld in the first piece of tubing and then we do the exact measurement of what the opening will be and then cut the last part out to put the other piece of tubing. So Viant, he dragged the heavy ass piece of steel out. So we are going to measure this opening right here, vertical, figure out what the measurement is, go over there, cut what we need to cut, and then after I'll go and clean the area that I have to weld. And once I get that welded in, we will do the measurement to that side and see where we have to cut there. Little by little, building our dreams. So while Viant worked on the last cutout for this opening, I started welding the first part of the reinforcement / frame into place. After all the cutouts for this opening, which will be for a sliding glass door, were complete, we cleaned where I'll be welding in the rest of the reinforcements / frame. Then we used C-clamps and bar clamps to hold the last part of the frame in place, and I went ahead and welded it to the container. We did it! We got all the reinforcements welded in. Working late into the night, but it's finished and we're happy. So sometimes you have to make sacrifices to make progress, I guess. So we ended up working pretty late into the night. What time is it? Do you know?
Probably
Like 8:30?
It's once again 8:40.
8:40, wow, yeah. But I'm really happy that we pushed through and got everything done. It just feels good to make such progress. As you can see from my face, it was a long day wearing the mask. Me and the mask are one. So anyways, we're just gonna pick up everything and put everything away, and tomorrow's a new day. You can't see anything because it's completely dark out, but we're gonna work on the opening on the other side. So yeah, happy with everything and just gonna keep on working hard out here on Pacific Pines Ranch. Look at this beautiful day out here on the ranch. So yesterday we worked really late. Not to be loud for a minute, sorry. We worked really late into the night and we finished this opening right here. Got all the reinforcements welded in that are also the frame. So right now Viant's over there finishing the cutouts for the other side, and when he's done we're going to weld the frame / reinforcements in and yeah, go from there. Just like the first cutout, while Viant worked on removing the other panels, I started welding in the first part of the frame / reinforcement. We always try to work together to make the best out of our time and our goals for the day. Teamwork makes the dream work. Alright, so we got one of the reinforcements welded in. He's just working on cleaning out the spot for the second reinforcement on this side. And we are going to measure it, cut it, tack it in place, weld it, and then hopefully we can get the third piece of the frame slash reinforcement welded in by tonight. Fingers crossed. Working hard, super loud. The grinder is like, oh my god, just like makes literally the worst sound ever. It's like nails on a chalkboard. And we're just hearing it all day. But anyways, trying to make the best of it. It's like super windy all of a sudden, so it's making it a little bit difficult, but oh well, that's fine. So yeah, gonna get the second reinforcement going and go from there. This cutout is for a very large sliding glass door, so there are still 2 more panels to remove. There are a bunch of these hooks on the interior of the container, on the roof, and on the floor, and we have to remove all of the ones that will be in our way. So I have like 50 of these in a box to use in a later project that is to be determined. So again, I worked on welding in part of the frame while Viant worked on the last cutout for this opening. This side of the container will be exposed to the exterior, which is why we take such measures to make sure it's completely welded and watertight. We got a lot of rain up in here.
This door is so big. Man, I swear, only know police or do some super kitchen now.
And here's the results. 2 out of 5 cutouts complete for this container. Woo! Another long ass day. So it's getting pretty late and we're hungry and tired. So we're gonna call it a day. We didn't get to weld the top part of the frame in, but that's okay, we'll just do it tomorrow. We're supposed to have quite a few days of nice weather, so anyways, we got the 2 vertical reinforcements slash frame welded in, and yeah, everything went well. Sometimes the day just gets away from you, but that's fine. And yeah, so tomorrow is another day full of lots to do. Viant's up there preparing the bar clamps slash C-clamps for when we add the horizontal piece right here. So we're just going to bake some croissants and enjoy this amazing sunset through the beautiful trees. Life is good. What's up everyone? Another nice day today. So we are doing some what we didn't do yesterday. So I'm super tired, as you can probably see, but sometimes you just gotta work hard and deal with your tiredness. So that's what I'm doing today. So we got the last piece of the frame slash reinforcement over there. Viant's cutting it to size, and we will go ahead and get it all fitted to be right here on the top. So I'm gonna take the resin disc and go ahead and clean the corrugation so I can weld the piece in, and Viant's gonna work on cleaning the steel so that it's nice and clean for me to weld over there. And after that, I think we are going to try to do the cutouts and install the window that will go right here. There we go. So this cutout is for a picture window, and the corrugation is different on this part of all containers, so it makes it a little bit trickier to cut out and weld in the frame. Once the cutout was complete, we both used an angle grinder with a resin disc to clean the steel where I'll be welding in the frame. So here we are, each doing our own task. Teamwork makes the dream work, like I said. I'm welding in the frame, our friend is removing the hooks and grinding down the corrugation on the bottom C-channel, and Viant is preparing the last part of the frame for one of the cutouts. While Viant was cleaning the tubing, I worked on cleaning the corrugation where I'll be welding the tubing in place. And then off I went, welding into the sunset. Hello everyone! So I feel like I'm in some sort of competition with myself to see how tired I can make myself look by the, the end of this week. We had another super long day yesterday. We finished at like 9 p.m. I think. But although these days are really long and really tiring, I'm just really thankful for it to be nice outside and for us to make so much progress in the last like 4 days. It's crazy. I can't believe how much we've progressed and how much we've improved on converting the containers. So this is great. Although it doesn't look like I think it's great, but it's great. So anyways, today Viant's over there. He already got started. I was a little slow this morning getting ready for everything, but we are going to go around on all of the frames slash reinforcements that we welded in, clean them, clean the slag off of the welds, and apply a layer of paint. So Viant's over there with the orbiting sander, cleaning the vertical tubing, and I am going to start on this side and see how fast we can do it. So I'm gonna put my mask. I have like a love-hate relationship with my mask right now. It's amazing, but so much freaking water that condensates in there that all of it just accumulates, and from itching my nose so much and removing the water off of my nose, it's like raw, so that sucks, but what can you do? All right, so gear up and get to work. Woohoo, here we go. We each took our section and worked on cleaning the slag off of the welds to prepare the reinforcements slash frames to be painted. This is always super time consuming and very physically demanding. Wow, today is turning out to be a super, super long day and hard both physically and mentally. We spent the whole day just cleaning the steel and removing the slag and everything, and it's just taking way longer than it's expected, so I think we're only going to be able to get this window and the far frame over there painted today. Which is unfortunate, but what can you do? We're only 2 people, so I guess we'll just do as much as we can and hopefully get painting soon so we can just end this day, because it's as long. So yeah, a little bit left to just keep trucking. Of course, all of my camera batteries died, another difficult part of trying to record things and build a house at the same time. But anyways, we got the 2 frames painted and called it a day. Hello, hello! Yesterday we decided to take a day off because we both were just pretty much dead from working so hard. So after resting and doing a bunch of chores like laundry and dishes and stuff, so fun. It's what I love to do on my days off. Anyways, we're out, compressor's getting started. I'm gonna prepare the sandblaster because today we are working on this frame. We finished this window and that door frame. Those are all painted and good, but this one we didn't have time to finish last. Then we were working on the other 2. So we're gonna work on this one, and then we're super lucky to have one of our friends come by and help us cut the panels out for this side. So they already did, if you can see, I'm not sure, but there's a few cuts. There's a cut right there, one right there, one right there, and one right there. And we just need to finish cutting out this side so we can weld in the reinforcements and everything like that. So that's pretty much what we'll be working on today, is just doing the frame, painting the frame, and then doing as much of these cutouts that we can. And yeah, we'll just see how far we get. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Hopefully Mother Nature will spare us from her wrath. Alright, here we go. So I used this little Harbor Freight sandblaster gun and medium grit coal slag to sandblast the slag off of the welds. It's a little bit more time consuming than the grinder, but it is definitely physically easier. Look at my hard-working husband. Ladies, you're lucky if you find a man like that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But find your own, you can't have mine. And here we go, you guys. Here's the finished product of a few days of super hard work. Endless hours of grind, weld, paint, repeat. So here's what it looked like before, and here's what it looked like after. We still have 2 more cutouts and reinforcements to do on this container, which will be the next episode on our channel. So don't forget to subscribe and check out our social media pages to join our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.